Happy Sunday, everybody. How's it going? I'm excited to get back into Rogue Trader with you guys. Rogue, you're watching Rogue Trader while playing Rogue Trader. That is some dedication. I'm happy that you're here. Thank you for watching me while you also go on your own Rogue Trader adventure. I'm super excited because they released some patches and updates, so there's a lot of new content within the game, and with the DLC, I'm excited to see it from the very beginning. We got Henry Cavill in the chat, always a good thing to see you around these parts. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Hello, Aiden, thanks for being here. So this is episode 2 of Rogue Trader. First playthrough, we got to Act 2, didn't finish, but it's been a bit, so I figured let's just start over and see all the new fun stuff. So we didn't get very far in the first episode. We are a noble background, we're an officer class, and we got summoned to the Void Ship for the Rogue Trader, the current Rogue Trader, the Von Valancius Rogue Trader, to meet their heirs. But trouble's brewing. There's some kind of heretical coup. So we are going to get to the bottom of it. Aiden, Henry Cavill's been released from bot jail for Rogue Trader. Yes. Henry Cavill did spend some time in bot jail. Nightbot can get a little power trippy sometimes. I was listening to a 40K lore podcast today, and they were talking about the AI uprising, and I immediately thought of Nightbot and his power trip last night. Hey, Undead, thanks for being here. How's your Sunday going? All right, let's see. So our mission here, we have to make it to the meeting with the heir. So the crew needs more powerful weapons for the coming battle. Maybe something suitable can be found on the officer's deck. Adeptus Drunkenness, welcome in. AI is heresy. I know, that's why Nightbot was rising up. This is why they banned it. Oh, you're playing Fortnite? That sounds like fun, Undead. So we gotta make it to this officer's deck, but we wanna make sure. Oh, have I been muted this whole time? Have I been muted this whole time? I noticed that I wasn't muted? Okay, good, because my mic was red, like it was muted, and I was like, oh no, I've been carrying on and no one's hearing anything I say. Okay, good. All right, so let's get all the loot. That looks better than what I have, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Hi, NinjaBot. You just started this game a couple days ago. It looks like you've already made some different decisions. So I actually just started it over. I haven't beat the game yet. I only got to Act 2, but we haven't made it very far yet. And then, hey Shag, welcome in. Rogue, embrace your inner blood raven, loot everything. All right. Let's see what else we got back here. Also, NinjaBot, thanks for stopping in. How are you liking the game so far? What kind of build are you doing?
Close ranks.
Oh, we're already in a little battle with some heretics. The Emperor protects indeed, Undead. May he protect us in this battle. All right, I forgot, we did just pick up Argenta. So let's get her up to the front. Let's see.
Doubt is for the weak.
Protects? He can't even itch his nose. But the belief, Roke, the belief.
I'll do it.
Okay, so run and gun gives us another shot. Let's try and get these guys. It's a low percentage, but hey. Oh, Aiden, that's how I feel whenever I'm hanging out with you guys. All is right in the universe. All right, so Furious Recital. I need to actually like read and remember what these abilities do because I'm really bad about just clicking them like when I think I know what they do and I don't completely understand it. So Furious Recital grants momentum equal to 6, so that's movement points. This ability also grants an additional 3 momentum for each enemy that is either in a 5-cell radius around the sister of battle or was hit by her this turn. Isn't that a bad thing to grant them momentum? If the sister of, or does that, oh, she gets an additional 3 momentum for each enemy near her. I thought it was giving the enemy momentum. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound good.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I refuse.
Oh no, I did kind of put her right up in the danger zone.
Injured.
Good thing Argenta's a tough cookie. Let's get our melee master in there.
It will be done. Reduced to dust.
Can he charge from here, or is he too... No. I'm gonna see how things go. I might increase the difficulty going forward. We shall see and feel it out. Oh, you've got a Crime Lord Operative Ninja Bot going Iconoclast and hopefully building up a fun bunch of followers to get my crime empire back on its feet. That's funny because I, in the first play where I got to Act 2, I did a Crime Lord background and was doing Iconoclast. I might do Iconoclast again just because I want to see the ending with Iconoclast. Hey Chai, how's it going? I hope your headache's doing better. Thank you so much for joining us. Chai is another amazing sweet soul streamer in this space. Let's see, let's try Idira's lightning, but I can't do it here because it will hit my allies. This is good because this will hit all 3 of those enemies without hitting our allies, hopefully. Chai, you're feeling better, took a big nap. Excited to see this. Good, I'm glad that your headache's gotten better. You got a nice nap in. And hopefully you can help me decide who we're gonna romance.
Hell yeah.
Ninja Bots, thank you so much for the follow.
OMG, a Ninja Bot followed your channel.
I'm so glad that,
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Well, I did not mean to fry my teammates there. I thought that we were in the clear there. Oopsie. My bad. I'm not off to a great start with my teammates. But thanks for the follow, NinjaBot. I'm glad you're enjoying this game. It's an awesome game. I'm excited to get into it. Yes. The Orc battle cry. Oh, Aiden, heretical.
You're a heretic.
My chat loves to accuse me of being a heretic, Ninja Bot. Oh, yeah, my chair. It is the secret level Cyberpunk chair. I love Cyberpunk, and I actually, after we finish Rogue Trader, I did get the Phantom Liberty DLC, so I might dabble with that again. But yeah, that's one of my most beloved games. Rogue, yeah, her lightning arc, Idira's lightning arc is OP. Except for when you hit your teammates, but they didn't take too much damage. I think we're okay. All right, well, let's increase Ablard's dodge since he's our frontline man. And then, let's see, analyze enemies, so we'll target one enemy within line of sight. That target immediately gains a +2 to exploit. So we'll go ahead and do this on this heretic assailant.
Was it you? Or
Did you watch Edge Runners, Ninja Bot, on Netflix? I loved that anime that was in the Cyberpunk universe. Let's see, I think we're done with her.
such is the will
Okay, she still doesn't have any action points.
My way.
Ooh, Chai's lurking while she's making chai. That sounds delicious. Make me one too to fuel my gaming session tonight, Chai. Aiden says they've really turned the game around from release. I liked it. I just hated seeing the trees on the other side of the planet through buildings ruined so much on my playthrough. Yeah, I'm excited to play it and see the changes that they did. That's crazy. So you saw the trees on the other side of the planet through buildings? That's horrible. I'm glad that they're actually like fixing it and still giving it quality of life updates even after it's been out for a little bit. That's the signs of a good dev company. All right, it's time for our star to shine, our main character, our rogue trader to be noble. Don't embarrass us. Oh, and she did. She did embarrass us, indeed. So you serve me, the noble assigns one ally who will become their servant until the end of combat. Anytime the noble's abilities affect the servant gains +5 to all characteristics until the start of the noble's next turn. All right. It was the bullet's fault, Ninja Bot. Well, my TAM rogue trader appreciates that. Thank you. Let's see. So we will put this buff on Idira. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I probably will end up doing a little mixture of Dogmatic and Iconoclast. I do one of these days want to get around to doing a heretical playthrough. I think that'd be super fun.
Suits my purposes.
Yes, undead orc. It'd be cool if we encountered orcs in this game.
I'll do it.
Argenta, you're right in front of him. Come on.
Doubt is for the weak.
Jeez. And now you don't have any, but you have this, why won't it let me use it? Isn't her meter full, or is it not? I guess it's not. Ooh, he gave her a nice little scar to the face there. All right, Ablard, I think she's in your way, but maybe you can still get a little shot on this guy.
Indeed.
With your chain sword. We can't charge, we can brace for impact. All right, this time we can use our lightning without killing all our allies because there's no one right next to them. Or do you think it will still, oh no, it will still hit, right? Because the red means it will hit my allies. Okay, so we can't do that. Instead, we'll shout them to death. Hey, Noristo, thanks for joining us. Is this a new playthrough? Do they even have their heroic actions unlocked yet? So that's probably why I can't click on them. I was like, why isn't it working? It is a new playthrough. I didn't actually finish the first time. We just got to Act 2, but it's been a bit. So I'm like, let's start over and just look at all the updates they've done. But thank you. That's probably why. That makes sense why that isn't working. And welcome to chat. Have you played this game? I'm assuming. Okay, let's finish this guy off. You know what? She is getting on the naughty list tonight, guys. You're in Act 4, Norista. Haven't beaten it yet, but played all Owlcats and other games. So I am very excited. I am loving this so far. I'm thinking after this, I might dabble in some of their other games. I don't think I've actually played their other games. I have them in my library, but I have not played them yet. So this whole, I've done turn-based RPGs before, but this style of it's a little different to me. So like the level ups and everything's a little intimidating, but I'm very excited to learn all the Warhammer lore as we go through this. And getting this kind of game in a Warhammer universe is awesome. All right, let's do a little, what kind of playthrough are you doing, Norisetto? Well, that's good. That's good to know that this one's better to start with, because, yeah, I think I did fire up Path of the Righteous and I got a little overwhelmed. Because that's like the real-time combat, right? Okay, let's do a running gun to get another bullet. I can't run away from this guy. I'll get an opportunity attack. But it might be worth it because, well, she doesn't even have a shot right now. But let's just take it. Let's just take it. Oh, the little blade is new, isn't it? When they give you an opportunity attack. I don't remember that. Nora says Dogmatic might do a heretical after I finish, or wait for the second DLC, then do... They're coming out with another DLC? That's so exciting. I just got the Void Shadows DLC, so I'm excited to see that content. Yeah, heretical will be interesting. But definitely, I feel like for a first playthrough, it's good to do either Dogmatic or Iconoclast. Okay, finally, we're making some shots. Let's see if she can... Argenta, let's hit... Ooh, maybe we can stack these boys up.
As the Emperor commands, eradicated.
Nice. I'll take it. Shots? I like shots. Roke, what kind of shots are we taking, Roke? We'll go here and then I'm gonna charge this guy. Hey, if you guys would enjoy another playthrough with like a different style playthrough when the next DLC is released, I will totally do that. Jaeger bombs, Roke says. Is there anything else? Nor Void Shadow is very good. I'm a big fan of how it naturally flows with the campaign and it's not just like a new area. Yeah, that is cool. That's another reason I started over, because I was already in Act 2 when I picked it up and I was like, I don't want to miss anything. Jam donut shots? That sounds so good. Now I want donuts. What are you guys doing to me?
Stop mocking me.
She got a swift revenge for that little jab that heretic got on her. I'm just gonna do the forewarning on myself. Let's increase the exploits on this heretic. Jaeger hurts me, Ninja. Yeah, I am at the point where I don't do too well with shots. I'm more of a wine, enjoy my wine and sip on my wine kind of girl. I do like espresso martinis. But yeah, I don't do very well with shots. I'll do it from time to time if I'm feeling really crazy, but...
Nothing I can do.
Yeah, Rogue Trader Tam's gonna have to go in timeout for all these missing shots. Let's voice a command. Let's do that on... Where's Ablard? I think he's out of my range. Nora says not to be sexist, but I feel like every girl likes espresso martinis. Wife's favorite drink, friend's wife's favorite drink. It's because we love coffee, Nor. It's definitely a one and done for me, though. Like, I can't have multiple. I can just do one and then switch to something else.
Guided by faith.
Oh, Aiden, you're right. I missed an opportunity there. I wonder if we can change it or if it's too late.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Okay. Let's see if these heretics have anything good for us. Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nor, thank you.
Nori Sato followed your channel.
Nori Sato, thank you very much. We're happy to have you. Welcome to the Tam fam. I'll link my Discord if you wanted to join. They community posts a lot of lore videos and I post my schedule on there and stuff. We just got a bunch of scrappy auto guns. I'm just going to do it to cargo to sell. Oh, Ninja and Nor, who did you romance on your playthroughs? All right, let's try to get in some loot. A logic skill test. Let's hope we roll good for this. Access received.
The whispers told me a secret.
Aiden, you were at a restaurant the other day and had a list of coffees, but they all had alcohol in them, like Irish coffee. Never seen that before. All the coffees? So there wasn't like any just regular coffee. Always good to mix that upper and downer, right, guys? Just kidding. It's actually very unhealthy, but you know, sometimes we indulge. So we got gloves, operator gloves, gain a +3 bonus to tech use and some Melta charges. Collect. Oh, that is weird, Aiden. They're like, you can have coffee, but you have to have alcohol in it. All right, we got some good cargo, some holy gifts. Yeah, that's true. I need to do my weekly glass of wine. I haven't had it yet. Maybe if I take a break at some point, I'll grab one. Ooh, look at all this loot. Shag, it's funny you say that. In the one where I got to Act 2, I romance Jay, and it happened so quick. Like, things moved so quickly. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I need, like, the build-up. This is too fast, and it made me not trust her.
Follow my lead.
Gotta make sure we get all the loot, guys. I'm sorry. You burnt her alive. Oh, you purged the heretic. Oh, so my gut feelings were true. Yeah, I thought it was sketchy how quickly she warmed up to us, and just, I felt like she wanted something from me. She wanted to use me. I'm so confused. I see all this loot, but I thought I got it already. Oh, here it is. Rook says, I'm going for Jay now. That did go quick. Then she broadcasted some, making whoopee over the whole ship's intercom. I don't remember that. Oh, man, that's crazy. She wanted everyone to know, Rook, that she's with you. I don't see. It looks like I got everything. Why is it? Oh, maybe this door over here. Let's try opening this.
Excellence matters.
So is there like different versions depending on what playthrough you go? I imagine like different outcomes for each character, kind of like Baldur's Gate. You sure you're not Jay in disguise, Rook says. I guess you'll just have to keep watching for clues, Roke, to see if your suspicion is true.
I rise to the occasion.
Is this another loot spot? Yeah. Let's clear this place out. Okay.
Done.
Multi-keys, and we got a shotgun. Who's good with shotguns, guys? Shaq says, Jay says she broadcast her sex session because she wanted the whole ship to know that the rogue trader knows how to please people. Yeah, she is definitely a manipulative one. She wanted people to know that she is close with the rogue trader so that they can do her bidding, I bet. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured that like it was kind of similar to Baldur's Gate, where depending on your actions and like how you progress with them, they might change. I don't know who to put the tech gloves on right now. I mean, I guess I can just put it on my character until I find something better for them. Chai says, I don't know if you want me to help with the romance. I kind of fall for the manipulative. For the Emperor! For the Emperor, brothers. Chai, that just adds to the fun. It's okay. It's okay. I'm interested to see who you would go for, Chai, throughout this playthrough. It is a long game, though, because there's a lot of acts and a lot of different characters we haven't met yet. All right. I think... It says there's still loot, but I don't really see it, so we're gonna go onward. Is this... Or I guess, is this where a blow-up door? Okay, we're coming in hot, guys.
I better myself through my service.
All right.
Over there.
Oh, we got a level up. Let's see. If I itch my nose, I'm sorry. I forgot to take my allergy pill today. Norseto says, I killed Idira pretty quickly too. Can't have some unsanctioned psychers in the Empire. Yeah, everyone was yelling at me when I was playing this last because I wasn't dogmatic enough. All right, so we've got our level up. Let's see. Bring it down. I don't think there's anything we can pick, right? It just automatically gives me that ability. When you can't choose, you just install the toy box mod and get them all. Makes for hilarious ending. Aiden, that sounds perfect, 'cause I'm very indecisive. All right, yeah, so I guess this one it's just saying, hey, cool, you got this new ability. So with Endure, all incoming damage is reduced by -2, and the warrior gains +10 temporary wounds, which temporary wounds is just like their health in this, I believe. Yeah, dogmatic is hard, but then like I was trying to do all the good options and the community was trying to like clue me in. They're like, there is no like good in this universe. We'll get there, Nor. We'll get there. I know, it's bothering me. I saw them light up. I'm like, I need to use my heroic actions. Why can't I use them? So we have a soldier, an operative, a warrior, and an officer. So we got a pretty good variety right now. That's good. Yeah, that's why I've been going iconoclasts, because I'm like, I'm going to try to bring some joy into the Grimdark, even though it's probably going to laugh in my face. But, you know, one can try. Aiden Temp would have different effects depending on them, like -15 to weapon skill or some such can be pretty bad. Oh, and that's like when you take damage. Oh, Undead! I'm so glad that Roke gave you good ideas on where to start reading about Warhammer lore. Roke has shared so many great lore videos. I'm slowly working my way through them, and I'm learning a lot. And it's very interesting. As a fantasy lover, I absolutely love it, because it's like fantasy sci-fi, and it's very in-depth. So Revel and Slaughter, we get +10 ballistic, +15 critical damage, and +5 crit hit chance. That becomes available after the soldier kills 3 enemies. It's not reset between rounds. That's good. Shag primed himself with Bricky on YouTube. I've heard a lot about this Bricky character. I've been listening to the 40K lore podcast while like driving to work and back. Ooh, we got some purple over here. I bet they do have some audiobooks, Undead. That's a good idea. Heresy. The roar of flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps, and then you see the figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Theodora von Valancius. Nor, this is where you loved the game at this part. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty cool.
Are you lost, my heir?
Her expression is calm, terrifyingly so for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword, the other is raised in an inviting gesture.
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Good old dogmatic Argenta. She still is a statue, then slowly raises her weapon.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
I love how Ablar just sounds like it's just another day. He's just used to this kind of chaos on the daily, on the regular. Well, she's standing in fire, so I'm gonna ask her, aren't you in pain?
Pain is but a reflection of one's weakness. To renounce weakness of spirit in pursuit of greatness is the only path to heights worthy of a rogue trader.
This trilogy kombucha is so good. I'm sorry, I'm gonna take another sip. Hayden, not sure Argenta's gun would work out, Blard. She just walked through fire. I know, right? It's like, I'm pretty sure there's something going on with her. I mean, she's not burning to a crisp while standing in fire, so that's a good point, Aiden.
I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
What would you guys do in this situation? Would you give in and be like, yeah, take my pain away. The Grimdark sucks. My life sucks here. Take it away. Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. And that answer can be nothing other than acceptance. Same here, Nor. If I was just a regular dude, like living a meager existence, like just my life sucked, I'd be like, okay, let's go. That's true, Aiden. There is always a catch, especially with chaos, as we're learning through all the lore.
Do not listen to this abomination. There is naught but his light in your heart. If you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
I just watched a Rogue Trader video today that Rogue put in the lore section of my Discord, and it was really interesting how much power they have. Like, I feel like out of all the different, like, status of power in the Warhammer universe, I'd want to do Rogue Trader, because you get more freedom. Macabre, hi, happy Sunday. What conviction you going for? I'm gonna feel it out, but I'm either gonna do like Iconoclast or a mix of Dogmatic and Iconoclast for my first playthrough, and then I might do Heretical when the new DLC comes out. But we'll see where the adventure takes me, how I'm feeling.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
Idira's already given into the chaos. Yeah, Roke, that's true. There's not many individual people that can requisition space brains. And in that video you sent, Roke, it was saying how the rogue traders can essentially decide to just destroy an entire planet if they deem it, like, too hostile to conquer, which I thought was crazy. Nora says you do get locked out of alignment after a while, just to warn you. I think once an alignment hits level 3, no other alignment can get to level 3. So I gotta make a decision. I'll probably do Iconoclast, but we'll see.
The survivors from the middle decks. We must help the crew. Lead them out. Find a way around.
Over the roaring flames, you hear distant sounds, frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted, as if there were a body of water between you and them.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel.
That cough.
What are we waiting for?
All right, here's our first choice. I am interested. What would chat choose? 1, 2, or 3? I know my portrait kind of blocks it a little bit, so you can't see the whole thing, but dogmatic, walk through the fire. The Emperor will guide the righteous on their path. Heretical, accept the offer of help. Take my pain away and give me power. Or Iconoclast, get the people off the bridge. I will not leave my people in harm's way. Aiden, you're right. The crew is useful, especially when we have a huge void ship to run. Rogue says rogue traders can do that, but it looks really bad. Exterminatus is generally reserved for the Inquisition, but if they piss off a rogue trader enough, it's been done. 3, Undead says, yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards too. We can't just let all of the crew members die. You look away and the illusion breaks. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn. And the voices of people beyond the shroud of smoke grow stronger and hopeful. And once your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors. In your determination, you completely forgot about Theodora. And when you turn your head, you see nothing but the bellowing fire. Iconoclast plus 15. All right, so
Victory
we
awaits. Where did it go? The thing that was standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn. To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
I love this dynamic between Argenta and Idira. It's giving me like Shadowheart vibes with the Githyanki, Lizelle, and Baldur's Gate 3. All right, let's crash a platform to get across. Undead says you need a good crew and aid, and more than a good crew, the nobility require good meat shields, so the more bodies between you and danger, the better. Valid point, Aiden, especially since we are Lady Tam, a noble, in this playthrough.
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
So we have a decision consequence. You led your people out of the fiery trap on the officer's deck and arrived too late to rendezvous with Edelthrad. My last time I did the same thing, I do wonder, like, if you did the other choice and went through the fire, like if it would have saved certain people.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak, without us.
Oh, that's like Argenta's worst nightmare. If there's a battle, Argenta wants to be there.
My lady, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
Well, there's a positive consequence of our choices. Noristo says if you go through the fire, you get wounded and all your soldier dudes go through with you and burn to death, but you make it in time. Oh geez, that sounds horrible. So you just like instantly kill your whole group. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's brutal.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
Mort, good old Mort. Norista Seto said, as I've gone through the game, I've realized if you're not as somebody, you're pretty worthless anyway. Don't even see them as people now. You're really embracing the rogue trader rule. Yes, no spoilers, please. I don't want the ending to be spoiled.
Follow my lead.
Can we go through here? No, there's nothing there.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
All right, so we got some rare goods to sell. It looks like this way is to Lord Captain's quarters. I don't want to go there quite yet because I want to make sure we didn't miss anything. Ooh, Papa Nurgle. That's Poppy Pinch's favorite Chaos God. Poppy Pinch is a game code fairy in these parts in the Temelia if you haven't encountered him yet. Heretic! Heresy detected! Oh man. Aiden, with literally billions of humans, you're like a speck of sand to those of importance of power. That's how I feel. That's like us in real life. Yeah, Nor, that's my goal. I really want to get immersive with it. Who has VR?
Shall stand in my way.
I have a, what is it, a Valve Index, but I get really bad motion sickness from it, unfortunately. This clearly does not serve as a stateroom. The generator's machines and crude wall paneling indicate that it is a maintenance module room rather than an area for receiving guests. Is Oculus Quest 2 a new one, Undead? A new VR set? What's your favorite VR game? Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything over here we can get to, because we can't get past this pillar. I know, I really hope as, like, you know, I don't know how soon the Warhammer series will be. It'll probably be years out in the making, but I'm hoping that will encourage even more games to be created and that they would make a new Sisters of Battle game. That'd be sweet. All right, guys, we're gonna go to the Lord Captain's quarters. AOS on VR. I haven't heard of that, Undead. I'll have to look it up after stream. Reach the secret lift. Find Theodora von Volantius. Well, I think we were too late, guys. Are you talking about Alex, Aiden, the Half-Life game? I've heard that's really good too. My husband really enjoyed that one. Blaring religious music, Shag said. Believer of Bob, aka Henry Cavill. They want you to get a VR chat game. That sounds interesting. Do you like make your avatar for the chat? Oh, Nor, that's crazy to me that Argenta doesn't let you romance. You think there'd be a way if you were dogmatic enough to like sway her? Do they take like an oath that they can't be in romantic relationships? I can imagine it would be crazy, a VR chat room. That sounds like a dating simulator. Hey, Captain. Happy weekend. It is going great. I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for stopping in. Helmet of the Devoted Protector requires dogmatic follower. It grants its wearer immunity to enemy critical hits for the first 3 rounds of battle. So we know who we are going to put that on. Our dogmatic princess, Argenta. And then let's make sure we don't have any better guns. The only thing is like the auto pistol. But I should give her like a melee weapon too, but I don't think I have any. Undead, you had one where a girl would do dance moves. I mean, I imagine it would be cringe, Believer of Bob. Like, I would feel really awkward in that. They don't. I'm not sure why you can't. That's silly that you can't romance her then. Were you a dogmatic when you tried to romance her? Ooh, this is so good for us as an officer because fellowship is our skill. So this is amazing. I'm going to put that on right now. Sorry, Theodora. I know that your blood is still warm on the desk and your body's not cold yet, but I'm taking your cape. It's our time. Theodora's Rosary. So this gives us +10 bonus to commerce and lore. That is also amazing. So sorry that you're dead, but I'm taking your stuff.
I don't have time for this.
Which slot? There you go. I am styling. Look. We got some... I just wish I could get rid of the Xeno coat on them. Like, I really wish I could get rid of that because I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that, but I like everything else on her. Theodora von Valanches' body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads. Aiden, I know. Oh. Undead is having a good time in the VR world.
Accept thy faithful souls.
I heard that is a thing, though, Undead. That's like a big category in VR. The Sister of Battle surveys the scene, her gaze lingering on the arch-militant's body. Emperor, accept thy faithful souls. And Chai, since you're new to Warhammer Universe, so the Emperor is the guide, the ruler, and the higher power to which humanity offers their prayers for aid and deliverance. Most would be driven mad with despair if they knew the truth.
Didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Yeah, right, Aiden? Like, it looks like her head should be, like, completely disconnected from her body with how big those bullet holes are. Rogue says, and the truth is that the Emperor is not a god by his own admission and that the Golden Throne is failing. So I wonder what's gonna happen, Rogue. What's the answer? If chaos isn't the answer, the Emperor's not the answer, we gotta find a way to travel through space. Like the Eldari did.
Who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
See, Chai? Ablar thinks he's a rat too, that Voidveer. Necrons have those pylons that disable the warp, Nor says. I'm gonna say nothing because I feel like this is a moment that They just need a moment to process. Shai says he was a rat. Yes, little rat Voigtavir.
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I think I was most sad about Mort's death at this part. Oh, Mort. He was a good one.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
All right, let's examine Theodora's body. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot. An extraordinarily accurate one at that. Then why is there bullet holes in the chair? Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Aiden, I know, but Mort was important to me. He may have just been a side character without a portrait, but his name was Mort. And you can't get better than that. Something on the floor catches your eye, a heap of blood-spattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else, small shards of glass scattered on the floor. I'm gonna inspect the shards by the desk. It's difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they'd been submerged in promethium, a broad term for combustible fuel in the Imperium of Man. I'm gonna ask her what the shards tell her, since she's a psyker and all.
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
Argenta's just over there like, I cannot stand this psyker. I want to blast her in the face. I'm gonna inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is a handwritten letter signed with the initials XC and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. We took the handwritten letter with a seal and sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter, addressed to Theodora von Valancius, signed it with the seal of one of the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition. The Inquisition's the secret organization tasked with hunting down the myriad threats to the stability of the Imperium and all of mankind. A secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, xenos, and other enemies of humanity. Imperium, the galaxy-spanning interstellar human empire ruled by the living god who's known as the Emperor of Mankind. I'm gonna ask her to touch Theodora. She might not like it, but maybe she'll sense something with her psyker powers.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in the warp.
The warp, an alternate dimension of pure energy and madness existing as a mirror to real space, also known as the Immaterium, the Empyrean, the Ether, the Sea of Souls, or warp space. I'm gonna examine the Arch-Militant's body, good old Mort. Rest in peace. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, brain matter, and shards of his skull. The safety on the arch-militant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split seconds quicker than he. Rest in peace indeed, Aiden, to Mort, the best we had.
The crucible of battle calls to me once more.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Hi, Lady Bartimus. How are you doing? Happy Sunday.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
So this whole, like, Idira's intense reaction to Lady Von Valanche's dying makes me wonder if they were romantically involved. I mean, I guess it could just be that they were very close because the Rogue Trader took a chance on her as a psyker, so she felt like loyalty to her. But I do wonder. No spoilers if you guys know.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
All right, let's see if there is anything else we can get out of these Lord Chamber quarters. Oh, more heretics.
Your doom has been foretold. All of you will bleed.
All right, I'm gonna get Abelard right up at the front because he's our melee master. And then for Idira, I'm gonna put her off to the side here because I want her to do her chain bolt lightning. And then let's put Lady Tam, the noble rogue trader. She's also gonna go over here, but she's in timeout because she's been missing all her shots. And Argenta will go to the front too. No, Abelard, you stay. You stay put. So endure, all incoming damage is reduced by 2. We got brace for impact, charge. I'm just gonna bop with my sword. That did not very much damage to the servitor, unfortunately. So I am going to brace for impact. Oh, Aidan, is it Monday where you're at? Happy Monday to you, and thank you for being here despite the time change or the time difference between our time zones.
Victory.
I'll do endure 2 to reduce my damage. All right, come on, Lady Tam. Don't let me down.
Suits my purposes.
She missed again! Right after I said don't let me down. Oh, she is
Already done.
just a naughty girl. I am not happy with her. Lady Bartimus, I'm also not ready for Monday. I gotta do things to prepare for the work week on Monday. Let's see. I'm gonna give Abelard an extra turn. Oh, I guess, never mind, it won't let me. Voice a command, increase their characteristics. I'll do that to Argenta too. Stat increasing your ballistic stats. Yes, yes, that will be the first. Chai's pretending Monday doesn't exist. I know, the weekends go by too fast.
Nothing I can't do. I'll do it.
At least Argenta's getting stuff done here. I should not have named this rogue trader after me. She's making me look bad. Lady Bartimus, 4 days off. That sounds amazing, but I know, it always goes by so fast. Unfortunately, time flies when you're having a good time. Yeah, Aiden, you'll have to help me with leveling her up the right way.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Okay, let's come over here.
In battle.
And then let's try to do like a spray effect on all these people.
Each strike is a prayer.
Okay, okay.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Idira, let's see, if I bring her over here, hopefully she doesn't get attacked by this guy. Okay. And then if I do lightning, it looks like my allies are safe, so I'm gonna go for it. Oh, Chai, you had 2 weeks off. It's always hard to go back after being off for a long time. I feel like I have to like remember how to do my job again. Oh, dentist appointments are the worst, Lady Bartimus. I hope you don't have to get anything too crazy done. Hydira with that lightning arch is just OP. Let's expose weakness. Oh, it's not letting me. Let's do it on this heretic. I'm gonna give some exploits to this combat servitor, which, like, look how terrifying these servitors are.
Was that you? Or
Just a big, like, machine gun for an arm. Like, yeah, I'd feel very safe with that thing working, like, sweeping the floor with the machine gun arm. Just a cleaning tomorrow, but end of January is wisdom teeth removal. I'm sorry, Lady Bartimus. We'll all be there with you in spirit, and we'll hopefully help you have a good recovery. You can watch us all stream, and we will be there for ya. Definitely do sedation, though, Lady Bartimus. Do not make the same mistakes I made with the laughing gas. That was terrible.
Chaos guides me.
Man, I need to get numbing for cleaning. I don't think they've ever offered me numbing for a teeth cleaning. All right, Ablard, I want you to charge this. Oh, it's not letting you.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Jeez, look at these guys that we obliterated. All right, let's...
It will be done. Target well struck.
Melee just isn't very effective against metal servitors. Let me see if I can charge this guy. Nope. I'll endure. All right, let's see if I can actually do something productive and be a functional member of this party. Okay, finally!
suits my purposes.
Take it away, Ablard.
Indeed. An exemplary strike.
You're having a party, Undead said. Oh, yes. Yes, a murder party.
Nothing I can't do.
Doubt is for the weak.
All right, let's oh, that he's gonna hit her. Oh no, he didn't. Okay. Miss, come on, Argenta. Rogue murder party. Wait till you get Kabbalah. Yeah, Kabbalah is crazy. Her little like first battle, I was like, holy crap. I'm excited because I missed a lot of that content in Act 2 when I got the DLC, so I'm excited to see it from the beginning. I see, but it's making it harder, Rogue, to decide who to romance because I'm between Uralette, the space elf. We've got Kabbalah, which is like the death cult girl, but she's like, I don't know. She's kind of sexy in her own way. And then you've also got Cassia that we haven't met yet in this, but she's sweet and different and unique. I just don't know. I have so many decisions. Chai says deaf cult girl for sure. I'm excited to see if you think that still after meeting her, Chai.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
I think you can also romance any of your companions except for Argenta because she is dedicated to the Emperor. But Ablard, you know, he's a little bit of an older man than my rogue trader, but you know, that age is just a number. He is a melee master, and that's attractive. Yeah, Aiden, and I do want to do Iconoclast for my first playthrough, so maybe I will do Yura that, because she's so poetic. She's so poetic, and I really liked that. Man, this servitor is taking forever to die. Oh, Rogue, you. I'm not gonna read that one out loud, but yeah, that is what I'm hinting at.
Will do.
See, Chai, the chat's getting spicy like a good cup of chai that you're enjoying. Okay, nice. Opportunity attacks for the win. Laze pistols, they don't... Ooh, what's this? Grace of the Oblivious. The wearer gains +5 toughness if their intelligence is less than 35. I need this amulet for myself. Alright, let's go over there. Where's Nightbot? Lady Bartimus said. Nightbot is, I don't know. He's probably in jail after the rampage he went on last night, Lady Bartimus. In robot jail. Yeah, Henry Cavill is a free man here. I still can't, that was so funny. Oh gosh. For those that are watching, Lady Bartimus is also a streamer, and her Nightbot had a little bit of a power trip last night during her stream, and just timed out people for using too many emotes and caps. You had a stern talking with Nightbot. I think he's in love with you, Lady Bartimus, and he's jealous and just wants you all to himself. Poor Bob. It was Skynet on the rise. Yes, it was, Aiden. Nightbot was sentient. Like, he was like, hey, I'm done with all of you. Shy, I'm ready to go up against Nightbot again. I think that Poppy Pinch would take that on with you. I think he really enjoyed fighting with Nightbot. Okay, so I wrote a note of what I wanted to do for my... Is this level 2 or 3? Let's see, commanding voice. Let's see, voice of command. The range of the officer's abilities is increased by +3. The range of voice command is increased by +6. That's pretty nice. Let's see, Blood of Martyrs. Whenever an ally uses a heroic act, that ally gains temporary wounds equal to... See, this is where I get overwhelmed, guys. There's so many good stats. I don't know what to do. Whenever the officer uses an ability on an ally, that ally gains a bonus to their perception and ballistic skill, inspire courage. Oh man, this is hard. I think I'm gonna do the range, because that's always good. Ooh, Blade Fury. Okay, so Contempt. Ooh, we'll do that because he's a melee master, and this will give them an additional +5 damage whenever an enemy attacks him for his melee damage. I know, Aiden, I really do need to stick to a build or something, because I feel like I got out of control with my last playthrough. Rogue says, remember your face character, you've got other options further down. That's true, Rogue. All right, Idira, let's see what she's got here. So weak body, weak soul, exposed weakness also reduces enemies' toughness and willpower. That's very helpful. It's also nice to get damage increase in armor penetration against your enemies. Ooh, let's do fresh target, but this instant exposure is nicer. They're all nice. They're all nice. Oh, that's nice that she... I keep saying nice. They're all nice. They're just so nice. Fired up. Rack and Ruin. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, the soldier gains plus 18 more damage. See, that's nice because I think I am going to try to do like a spray build on her. So let's go with that. All right, it looks like we're about to get into some chaos here, guys. This is not looking good. We've got blood, fire. Our deck is a mess.
The first sacrifice.
Ooh.
The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue trader.
Eldathrad, who is clutching a bleeding wound on his chest, gives you a tormented look. He was the other heir, right? I guess I'll just break the bad news to him. Theodora von Valancius is dead. I found her and the Archmilitant in her study.
God Emperor preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrens and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
Oh man, it says he shudders and grabs his shoulder as you watch. The sleeve of his jacket bursts open and 2 bone growths pierce through the fabric, so the warp is making him mutate.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
All right, so the ship can still be steered out of the warp, but we must first restore communication between the bridge and the navigator's sanctum. Or perhaps the warp does not have to be the end.
Enough talking rubbish. The navigator's alive and ready to take the ship out of the warp, if he gets some help from the bridge.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
Aiden, that sounds like heresy boy and quitter talk. It is better to die in the name of the Emperor than live for yourself. I know. I'm getting tempted by chaos. Fatal flaw of mine. No, but our resolve is strong. Man, he is just going to town on these people. You can see Conrad Voitivir clearly in the gloom of the bridge, aka the Rat. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer to them.
We are out of time.
Eldathrad bites his knuckle, desperately thinking. You see a wave ripple across the whites of Eldathrad's eyes, and they begin to turn a sickly yellow. I'm gonna say, ready your weapons. If we are to die this day, let us die with honor. Or I'm gonna say, Voitivir, you rat, you duplicistus cur, the rogue trader's death will be avenged. Let's do one. One has a little bit of spice to it.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
Okay, so we know that he wasn't the one that killed her then.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Edelthrad, don't!
Like he has any control over it at this point. He doesn't want to turn into a chaos being, but he can't help it.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Warzags Morky Mischief, welcome. Welcome. Wag. I actually added in a channel point redemption for the Orc battle cry now, Morky. Oh. Imagine turning into that. Do you think he's like aware of what's going on inside the Chaos Demon? All right, the battle commences. This battle was really freaking hard last time. Battle cry! Thank you, Brewski, for redeeming. Morky loves it. Alrighty, let's see. Argenta is gonna go up towards the front. Ablard's gonna go up towards the front. Idira's gonna sit back. Gonna sit back with me. But then I do want to do some chain lightning. If she's next to an ally, she can't do that. But I also don't want her to die right away. So let's try to take our time with this. I think I remember with this battle that we had to kill all the side characters first because he like sacrifices them for power, if I am not mistaken. So let's do You Serve Me to buff our stats a little bit. Let's give Ablard increased care. We're just gonna buff Ablard all the way up. And then give him a turn so that he can start picking off the little guys. So let's charge, or you know what, let's charge.
At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
Oh my gosh, I love your guys' orc talk right now. Morks is strongest. That's right, good at and that. Gork is strongest. Mork hides behind squids. I can't do an orc voice, guys. I'm not very good at it. I tried. Let's brace for impact. Can I do this? Daring Breach, will that give me movement too? Hell yes. Chai, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. The Chaos Fun's harder to hurt at high HP, getting bonus damage reduction, I think. And I think he sacrifices these guys to like heal himself, so I'm gonna try to kill all of them first. Dude, Ablard is a murderer. Tam, think drunken Englishman, then take away half the vowels. I'm not good at doing like English accents either. We'll work on it. We'll work on my orc impersonation, guys. I'll try to be better for you. Daka, daka, daka. There you go. Ablard's getting into the spirit with his battle cry. Okay. Can I reach any, like, can I shoot these guys from here? I'm gonna be pissed if I can't shoot them from up here. What? Why can't I shoot them? The bar? I guess the bar blocks it. That sucks. Well, that was a waste. Alright, well, I'm just gonna sit back here and look pretty. Idira, let's try to get you over here to start picking off these people. Can she reach them? Nice. Okay. How many more? We've got Chaos Spawn, and I think we just have one heretic left. So let me increase Ablard's dodge since he's right up on this guy. And then can I expose wounds or am I too far? I'll expose wounds on the Chaos Spawn. Bob, I actually have a shirt that says that with an orc on it. I should have worn it today for you guys, but next time I will.
God Emperor move through me.
All right, Argenta, let's try to take out this last heretic. Run and gun. Oh, I should have used her firearm mastery instead.
I'll do it.
Roke, I've got a big green hoodie that says, I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank. Oh my goodness, Roke, send a picture in the Discord. We must see this. All right, I'm gonna redeem my firearm mastery and let's start loading into this chaos spawn. And that was very anticlimactic for the first hit, but you know, can't have them all.
For the witness is why I was chosen. Faith without deeds is worthless.
He has like a big like crab claw with teeth. Even the claw has teeth and an eyeball. You see that? Look what he's got going on here. And his eyes are under his mouth. There's a story that Asceta orcs believed that they were a tank and they became a tank. Their willpower is strong, Rogue. I mean, we could all learn a thing or two about the positive thinking of orcs and the power of the mind.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Argenta, this is painful.
Follow my lead.
Follow my lead.
Morky says, I think that was more a meme than anything.
I've seen worse battles
So this
than
chaos
like
spawn, let's see, he's got natural armor. So if it has more than 70% of its total wounds, it has 55 armor. So you're right, the more he gets down, the less armor he has. It always suffers plus 20 toxic and fire damage. The rending scream, what is that? What did that just do to us? Toughness test, if failed, the target suffers bleeding for 5 rounds. Bestial rage. Whenever an enemy attack deals damage to this creature greater than 15% of max wounds, the creature gains plus 5 weapon skill and strength. Yes, Morky, of course. Are you in the Discord? Here, actually, post it in the Discord. There's a lore section that you can post that video.
Indeed.
Weather the storm.
All right, I'm gonna bring our officer out of shelter. Let's hit him. Let's poke him with a bullet. Chaos misunderstood the orcs. I'm excited. The orcs seem like such a fun part of Warhammer.
My prescience has failed me.
Expose weakness on this chaos spawn, and then let's yell at him. Psychic Shriek. I'm gonna increase my dodge too, since we're right up on this guy. Oh, I need to remember to watch her chaos meter. If she does too many abilities, psyker abilities back to back, she can spawn a chaos demon.
I'll do it.
Reload.
Weapon at the ready.
Ooh, he just killed him with like regurgitation. That was disgusting. Imagine dying like that. Like you just get this like stomach bile shot at you and it just instantly kills you. What a way to go.
Victory is imminent.
Who can do the most damage right now? Let me do voice of command and try to give Idira another turn.
Nothing I can't do.
I should have moved all my allies away so that I could do the lightning on him. The operative immediately inflicts 1 exploit on all enemies in combat, then makes a free attack against the target. That attack always hits. Until the end of combat, the target of this attack suffers a negative 30 penalty to dodge and a negative 30 penalty to armor. Let's do it. That sounds great.
You knew what awaits you.
Oh, I forgot about my chaos meter. We're getting close. I can't do any more because we are... It says when Psychers reach deeper into the warp to power their abilities, there's always a chance of the Empyrean bleeding into our reality, a factor that is invariably destructive and damaging. So I can't do any more Psyker abilities right now.
Not a problem for me.
It is more of a joke video though. That's okay, Morky. I like jokes. My noble officer's aim is a joke right now. Speaking of jokes. I don't want to hit Ablard, but let's just keep... I just gotta bop him. I just gotta bop him so we don't increase our... We don't want to summon any Chaos Demons. Have you ever heard of blanks in 40k? No, what is that, Morky? Explain. Or maybe I have... It sounds familiar, but I'm just blanking. I am blanking on the blanks right now. Oh, I forgot, guys. I'm so bad about this. Look, now there's little spirits walking around because we've decreased the veil too much. Oh, man. We're in danger, guys.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. As the Emperor commands,
Oh, I hit Idira there. Well, that was a fail, and I missed the Chaos Demon. Oh, we got our first fall of the battle. She suffered trauma. Blanks are the inverse of Psychers. Oh, so is that like the Sisters of Silence that I was learning about? So blanks are a group of people who are entirely cut off from the warp in all ways. All living things have a connection to the warp as it is the realm of souls. But blanks are born without a soul or have no connection. So that's like the Sisters of Silence. And they can be used against Psychers, right? Our character has suffered certain number of injuries. These injuries are replaced with a trauma. If a character has received 3 or more injuries, does not heal them in time with a medikit, the injuries will become traumas. The number of injuries that cause a trauma may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Traumas reduce a character's resolve and also inflict an additional negative effect, which depends on the specifics of a particular trauma. They can be removed and fully healed in the Rogue Trader's private quarters or the Void Ship. Believer of Bob. So we're getting philosophical in Warhammer. Do Tyranids go to the warp when they die? What do you think, chat? I think that Tyranids are also attached to the warp, so they must, right? Morky says, so regular people have this weird feeling around them. It's like the uncanny valley effect. They just feel wrong to be around the blanks. So people probably don't like to be near them, so they're like outcasts. So what's worse to society, a blank or a psyker? Tyranids don't go to the warp? They don't have a soul?
Curse you, miscreant.
The only Nid that has a soul would be the hive mind itself. So do they go? Okay, 17. I love his saying gray hand shirt. Gray hair, sure hand. That is a tongue twister. Jeez.
I'll do it.
Rogue says nobody's ever found the locust point for the hive mind yet.
I'll live another day.
Marky says Psychers are treated both well and badly. If it's a highly advanced planet, they would be taught and guided with their powers to serve the Emperor. If it's a backwards planet, they would be killed for using sorcery. So it's all up to the discretion of how useful they are to the Emperor.
At your beck and call, an exemplary strike.
They don't call it the Grim Dark for nothing. Oh, I'm in the toxin. Why did I get so close? I'm not melee. Ooh, but I did do a point-blank pistol shot. Killing shot. Alright, we got a level up. I do think I want to try to increase the difficulty, but then watch, I'll die every 5 seconds after. Alright. Our next level up. So I think fellowship is important for this build. So ability to interact with other creatures, to deceive, charm, or befriend them, find a way to approach a gathering of unsociable servants, or to effortlessly make deals with treacherous merchants. Ballistic skill, quick missing shots. I know, you're right. We need balance. We need balance. We can do fellowship next time. Thank you, Rogue, for guiding me. I think that I wrote down a recommended stat for this. Let's see. I don't think that this is the right thing that I looked at, guys. Let's see. We're just gonna have to do this on our own. Let's see. That's nice. Hive World characters gain a plus 50% bonus to dodge against the first attack of opportunity every round. Oh, I might do this camaraderie because fellowship is like a big part of our build. Helping hand. Outnumber. I'm not gonna be melee, so... Oh, that's nice. Weapon personalization. You kill it. If the servant kills the target that the noble dealt damage to last turn, the noble gains plus 1 AP next turn. That's cool. That's also nice. The servant gains plus 1 action point. I'm gonna do that. That's pretty nice. Aiden says, Psychers are the worst as they can kill you by misusing power or bring about demons. Blanks are just shunned or treated poorly by default. They're highly looked upon by Inquisitor that hunts Psychers or demons as blanks repel their powers or weaken them. Yeah, definitely sounds useful to keep around for a person that hunts Psychers down. Morky, for example, one of the most famous Inquisitors in the galaxy, Caiaphas Kane, has a blank with him at all time, his trusty sidekick, Furik Jurgen. Ooh, Desolation. Let's do this. And then we're going to increase, so weapon skill is good for parry, and it also increases critical hit and melee combat. So we're definitely going to do weapon skill because he's our melee master. Idira. So let's see. What is Idira's deal? So intelligence, deal plus 5 more damage with non-burst ranged area attacks. So her, like, isn't her Psyker abilities non-burst ranged area attacks? So let's do, and then perception, so awareness, and it also helps with dodge. Oh, I have to pick something too. Edge of Fate. At the beginning of every combat, the Psyker's allies gain plus 15 critical hit chance. That's sweet. I like that. All of these sound wonderful. All right, Argenta. We're definitely doing ballistic skill for her. Agility is a good one too, but we'll do the ballistic. We need her to do more damage. Let's see. This time, whenever the soldier deals damage, their critical damage is increased by 1 until the end of combat. That's pretty nice. I'm gonna do fired up too. All right, guys. What do you think? Should we increase our difficulty since we made it through that battle? I do need to heal. Let's see what our journal says. The master helmsman must be found in order to begin the translation from the warp. He's the only person capable of coordinating the crew and guiding the void ship out of the perilous dimension. So on the topic of the blanks, Morky says whereas normal people, they feel a sense of rawness around blanks, psychers are physically hurt by it. If you have a low-level psycher, it will feel painful to be near a blank and feel like dread. If it's a high-level psyker, it will be horrifically painful. They will tear at themselves and try to kill themselves just to get away from the blank. That's crazy. What are the blank's weaknesses? Do they even have any? Like, that sucks for the psychers. See if we got any loot here.
Victory awaits!
Yeah. Rival, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
Our ship is in disarray right now. This is unacceptable.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Oh, well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
Marky says the blank's weakness is the same as all humans. A bolt gun to the brain ought to do the job. Good point, Morky. Good point. Grey Knight skin. Yeah, that'd be cool. I just changed. I can't decide what faction I want to do, but I did just switch back to the Salamanders just because I love what they stand for. They're all about helping the people, and I feel like it goes well with what I'm trying to do with Iconoclast and Rogue Trader. We need to reestablish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It is our only chance of escaping from the warp. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking. So what are the Raven Guards deal? Are they the stealthy ones?
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
Raven Guard is stealthy bird boys, Rogue said. And then what's the Grey Knights again? Remind me. I am ready. Begin the ritual. This would be a lot to stumble into. Like, you get summoned to meet you're the heir to this family line. You just get summoned. You don't know why. You've lived a noble, cushy life. And then now you're like, oh, I have to be in charge of this and do battle. Ultra Psychers, that's cool. So they're like Psycher Space Marines, or are they not Space Marines too? Morky says the Calexis assassins are part of the Officio Assassinorum temples and use their blank powers as a weapon instead of just an area of effect. The Calexis are given training and drugs in order to enhance their blank powers and make it an overwhelming feeling. They don't even need to draw a weapon because all their enemies will coil over and die, or beg for death as soon as they come into contact. Wow. That is pretty powerful. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to the mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing, while still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false Rogue Trader's eyes reveal the entity's true, surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, a vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the warp.
Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle.
So cruel. I wonder if this is like actually the ghost of Theodora, or if this is like a chaos god speaking through her. Aiden says Grey Knight's supposedly secret chapter that work closely with Inquisition to fight chaos and demons. What unique is that every Grey Knight is a psyker who's sworn to fight chaos. That is really, really cool. So are they more well regarded among society than in the Imperium? It resonates and merges with the voices that have already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later, you realize that all these voices are the myriad manifestations of the same call that has finally invaded your mind. I'm gonna say, I am saving my people. Do your worst, but you cannot stop me. Ooh. That is a shriek with a laugh.
Guide them, persuade them, force them to walk your path. You will need followers, for destiny is preordained.
Oh, so the Grey Knights are the ones that, like, you have to get murdered if you see them because they're so top secret. I remember you guys talking about them before.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron Road, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
That's ominous. So I wonder who they are resurrecting. I feel like it has to be some sort of chaos demon or god. Oh, Roke, thank you for the posture check. I definitely need that. Okay.
And fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
Space Wolves also briefly went to war against the Grey Knights, Aiden says, and the Inquisition and expect falling out. Yeah, because don't the Space Wolves hate anything to do with, like, sorcery and psychers?
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
A cavalcade of hazy glimpses of a future yet unknown passes before your eyes. A flash of crimson, purple. The images replace one another in a violent kaleidoscope without ever letting you get a proper look at them. Through the rippling mirage, you see a twisted image of Abelard, the loyal Seneschal of the dynasty.
Seneschal, the Navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
Morky says that the sorcery did cause war between the Grey Knights and the Space Wolves at one point when they fought together. They had just defeated a demon invasion and the Grey Knights were getting ready to execute the civilians who saw them when the Space Wolves stepped in to protect the innocent. This led to conflict with the Grey Knights and the Space Wolves that only ended when the dreadnought Bjorn the Fell-Handed, the goat, stepped in and ended it. So I didn't realize that Space Wolves were, like, for the people. Like, I thought they were kind of, like, ruthless.
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As first officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty.
Rogue Space Wolves are basically Vikings. They have a very peculiar code of ethics. I'm excited to learn more about them. Well, the Space Wolves, Morky says, much like their Primarch Lima and Russ, like to hide their intellect behind a veil of savagery.
By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision.
Guys, we're about to ascend to the status of Rogue Trader.
It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lady. It is because of her toils that we all still live.
Ablard is such a loyal servant. Right-hand man. Aiden said Space Wolves are ruthless. They specifically build a bond with the guardsmen on this world and then resented that the very people they protected were to be killed, making their brother's sacrifice would be for nothing.
The deed is done, mistress. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
Oh, I love these segments with the artwork.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived, and through the strength of her resolve, saved those who were counting on her for protection.
Gosh, what a sweet animation. I love this. Well, guys, we made it through the first big battle. We have now ascended to the status of Rogue Trader, but many adventures await us. Deep shadows of wariness can be seen on Ablard's face. Though the old officer's eyes are keen, they rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods to himself. Well then, your ladyship. You cannot help but notice that the Sinshell does not know how to talk to you or where to begin. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk to your face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing your smile, Ablard pulls himself together. This must be that entity that came into us whenever we were wounded by the weapon. It says you were wounded by a corrupted weapon which led to a warp entity invading your mind. Are we gonna become like full-on possessed? You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle ranking officers. Some posts had to be filled by the deputy, while others go unfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. I'm gonna say I am ready to start the briefing, summon the officers. We aren't messing around, we get straight to the point. With a gesture, Ablard relays the order to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. A dozen pairs of eyes bore into you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention, officers, you have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Tam von Volantis will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. I'm going to say, perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your ladyship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vigdis Suriata, the Taliman line, our new Vox Master. A piece of technology used to communicate over short distances or to record sound. It is an honor to serve your ladyship. The Vox Master offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and your mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Raver, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. Master helmsman Raver, the bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that seems hardwired into his face, gives a sullen nod. Hail, Lord Captain, this here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. So he must be one of the ones that's lived his whole life on a void ship. Abelard. And lastly, our high factotum Janris Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and general material well-being of the ship. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man with oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your ladyship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard, the Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship, and lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omnissiah, a supernatural entity, god of all knowledge, worshipped by the Adeptus Mechanicus. The 3 officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drives Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of all the Tech Priest's mechadendrites, a tentacle-like robotic limb prosthetic surgically attached to the spine. I'm going to say thank you, Abelard. Greetings to all. I serve at your pleasure, Lord Captain. Okay, we got a lot of freaking reports to get through. Let's see. So, high factotum Janris Downrock, we are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. This task will require next to no involvement from your ladyship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the Tech Priest's hands for attention and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately, this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. This guy is very pompous, and you can tell that he has never not lived in nobility before. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rakad Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system, in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Especially true given Calagus Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets, rumbles Abelard, frowning. Aiden says, true, but that man can get you just about anything you desire. That's true, Adon. We'll keep him around. Thank you for the lurk, Chai. Alright, so let's go to the next report. Einrich Montag. Wow, he looks like a baddie. Look at him smoking a cigar over there in his portrait. Yes, Lord Captain. The tall man bows his head in deference. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, has been completed. The results have been submitted to Sinshell and the High Factotum. Abelard, the post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. Abelard remarks in a low voice pitched for your ears only. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. Drives Master, I will hear from you now. Zyra Toller, a voice distorted by a Vox retranslator, emerges from under the tech priest's scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. A spirit believed by the adherents of the cult Mechanicus to inhabit and control any technology in existence. The Great Warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I also must report that the Engine Seer Prime, a tech priest whose specialization is in maintenance and repair of sacred machines, overseer and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement as soon as possible. Would someone care to translate the esteemed Drive Master's words? Vox Master Vigdis, the ship's most senior tech priest, most senior both in rank and experience, is dead. If we do not find a replacement, we will be unable to resolve the problems with the warp engine, answers the Vox Master instantly without even thinking. This is not the first time she has acted as an interpreter between the ship's various inhabitants. Master Helsman Ravar, right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. Bleak in the grim dark? Can't be. The ships sound more or less, but without our engine sire Prime and Navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what'll happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into bulkheads. Vox Master Vigdis, your ladyship, if you will allow me to interject, when we arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Novice Nobilite Station, an ancient organization of noble mutant families whose genes allow them to safely guide warp-capable void ship through the Immaterium. Roke put a very good video in the lore part of the Discord about the navigators that was really interesting. The station maintains a complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. A sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull as if in response to what you just heard. You understand that it is not the God Emperor you should thank for such good fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during translation to real space echo in your mind. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. Daddy! Fatal! Thank you! Wow, Fatal, thank you so much.
Fatal the Baptist subscribed to your channel for 0 months.
Oh, Fatal, I appreciate you so much. Fatal has been one of my original viewers from one of my first streams, and I appreciate you sticking around and your support. That is so generous of you. Thank you, thank you. You are so sweet. I know, I do love that sub vid, Aiden. Thank you, Fatal. We love you around these parts. We're happy you're part of the TAM fam.
Blood for the Blood God!
Yes, blood for the Blood God indeed. Hey, Fatal, happy Sunday. How are you doing? The Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told, but just ask anyone. We've got no able crew, no, my Lord Captain. It's going good, Fatal. There's some new things with the update, so that's been interesting to see the little differences. I do feel like, I mean, I'm not a pro by any means with the lore yet, but I do feel like understanding more about it is making me appreciate it too. So there's just a few new intros for some of the characters. Like, who was it that had a new intro? Like, just little scenes introducing the characters are slightly different. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself, Abelard says. Ashar Nadalamo, so what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. It is as if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins. Every second officer's dead, and now we've got a Green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to Void knows where. More flavor. Yes, Fatal. More spice, more flavor, and this Ashar guy, I don't know who he thinks he's talking to. Silence! The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Abelard's roar. Enforcers, seize this mutineer! Aiden, thank you. Abelard and Idira had their scenes changed to be more cinematic and more epic. Yeah, Idira's speech was completely different from what I remember from the first playthrough. Abelard grunts. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all, your ladyship. I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with this Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say, besides find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up. So now this is the question, is if I want to be dogmatic here or iconoclast. Oh, should we be dogmatic this run? Or should I see iconoclast through to the end? I am gonna go with iconoclast. Stand down, release him. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness, not after the terrible attack we have endured. Aiden, thank you for reminding me what it's all for. It is all for Eurolette. We will be good for our space elf. Abelard stares unblinkingly at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling, you disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough, the hysterics are over, let us resume. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. His face is a picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him only now, and the knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engine sire, prime, and navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing on this voyage? Abelard, precisely, Lord Captain, but bear in mind this will not be the end of our trials. The ship systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at a footfall station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But now we will never reach footfall without first solving these 3 immediate problems. Thank you for all your reports. Dismissed. The assembled officers salute you as one. Abelard, your ladyship, there is one other thing. Oh, hey, Landar, good day. I hope you're having a good Sunday night. How are you doing? Your ladyship, a confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, Abelard hesitates. Your internally esteemed predecessor brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything, and I shall tell you, the Lord Inquisitor. The secret organization tasked with hunting down the myriad threats to the stability of the Imperium and of all mankind. A hand of the Emperor. The guide, the ruler, the higher power to which humanity offers their prayers for aid and deliverance. Most would be driven mad if they knew the truth. The chief architect of his will in the Coronis expanse. You're catching a sickness? Oh, I'm sorry, Landar. That's the worst. There's a lot of stuff going around right now. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you for stopping in despite not feeling well. I would be honored to fulfill the Inquisitor's commission. What is it he asked of Theodora? Or I'll mention, I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You were referring to the contents of that note, I presume. Yes, quite right. XC, Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrichs von Kolox. Ooh. Roke does not like Heinrichs. An interrogator, you understood. All I know is he is somewhere in this system. That we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Noblite or the governor of Rykad Minoris, may know something. Aw, Landar, you're so sweet. Abelard, that is all of it, your ladyship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but as a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valancien's protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under his mountain of problems. His face softens slightly and it seems he's about to offer some words of encouragement. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. The Sister Abadlil grimly nods towards Idira. The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Idira's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One word bursts from her lips: daybreak. Idira, come to your senses. Idira, damn it. Idira presses her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your ladyship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way and I can't make out what it is no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn. And it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? Abelard, we cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Taus? No, not yet anyway. These voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make any sense of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it, all right? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. The Psyker's bitten lips stretch into a wary smile. If there is nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It's time to get to work. The High Factotum breaks away from the rest and approaches you, bowing repeatedly. Lord Captain, if I may steal just one more moment of your time, the matter is rather delicate, as it concerns trophies that were left after the battles on the ship. One trophy in particular, I should say. Factotum, Roke says. I retrieved a blade fragment from one of the bodies on the bridge. A curious article. I saw the need to keep it safe in case it should be of interest to you. As he says this, the Factotum's gaze slides away from yours and he looks off somewhere over your shoulder. Is Janris Danrock a heretic? Like, he has this heretical blade. He looked over my shoulder like he saw some kind of spirit. Maybe Janris Danrock is a heretic undercover. the iconoclast thing is to keep it. As soon as we locate this acolyte at the Inquisition, you'll hand the blade over to him. But I feel like if we let him keep it, he's gonna like get corrupted by this heretical blade. But you know what? Let's go for it. A spike of pain pierces your skull. The entity inside you howls and rages, promising you 1,000,000 torments and miseries for this treachery. We definitely have a chaos demon inside us. We're possessed. Hi, Factotum Janris Donrock. The Factotum gives a start and briskly makes a note on his data slate. Of course, your ladyship. All right, let's go talk to the Battle Sister. Oh, guys, I did a thing. I don't know if you can see it on the emotes if you're subbed, but I did an animated Tam emote, 2 of them. I'm learning how to do things slowly but surely.
Rogue Trader.
Yes, Landar, thank you. I'm gonna do more as we progress, but I was proud because I was like, I finally learned how to make an emote, an animated emote. The jump scare one, Aiden. Oh, goodness. Sister Argena looks tired. There are dark circles under her eyes. Her hair is somewhat disheveled, and she moves like she is a little on edge. I thought that one was cool, the little stealthy rogue. You said you have a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader. The accursed servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancius territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans?
Let's see. I feel like if I'm trying to do Iconoclast, which is kind of, I feel like it's weird for me to be a noble and do Iconoclast, but I could be trying to break away from my stereotype as a noble. And I've always wanted to do more than just sit around in my fancy clothes. I'm gonna say I will meet with them, no formalities needed. These are the children of people who gave their lives for the Von Valancius dynasty. My consideration is the least they deserve. Or I can say deliver this order on my behalf. The orphans are to be properly provided for, but a personal meeting with the Rogue Trader is too much. This is pretty true, though. It's really hard in this game to pick a option because there's so many good options. Like, do you wish to fill these children's heads with the illusion that the world and its rulers care about them? I will have no part in this. Like, it's true, we're in the grim dark. Like, the rulers don't care about them. They think that they're, like, useless. Undead, good night. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a lovely week. Thank you for being here with us. Okay, yeah, we'll do 3, Rogue. We'll do 3.
I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart.
We'll try to be Iconoclast. We'll do it for our space elf romance that we're working towards. Yes, I'm excited to see you, Undead, and thank you so much. We're really grateful to have you here. The motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Scala Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. A division of the Ecclesiarchy responsible for the upbringing, education, and training of the orphans of those officers and nobles who have died in the service of the Imperium. So these are like high-ranking like officers and nobles' kids. Argenta is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing. Brave ones, the master of the ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House von Valancius. Inrich Montag. You notice Infernus Master Inrich Montag standing a few paces away from the orphans. He watches you with approval and bows respectfully when you meet his gaze. I'm gonna say... I'm gonna start off with smiling at them. I don't know. Your Lord Captain greets you, brave ones. The teenagers keep staring at you. A girl who has remained close to Argenta smiles uncertainly. A skinny, pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back and stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few teenagers at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you, noble lot, and you just give us speeches." He's not wrong. He's got a point. Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants both to calm him and scold him for his impudence. I'm gonna address the group. If you have things to say, say them without fear. I will listen. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on the ship until we drop and die like our folks, or worse. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. Or we can say, when the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought. I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. The strong have the power to decide the fate of others. The weak either obey or die. If you seek a different lot in life, boy, save your grumbling and look for an opportunity to rise above the rest. I'm gonna go with 2. 2 seems like a good middle ground. You heard the rogue trader. Her words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly. Then he catches himself and gives an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign, and servants immediately emerge, carrying packaged treats with von Valancius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears that the Sinshell came prepared for any contingency. Argenta rubs her temple pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. It's sweet how she's like so tough and like murderous, but she has a soft spot for these orphans. Are the Sister of Battles orphans, I wonder? I don't really know much about like the Sister of Battles like origins or how they become Sisters of Battles. Okay, Idira was also wanting to talk to us, so we'll go talk to her. The tall, middle-aged woman stares straight ahead, her eyes vacant as she rubs the implant at her temple. Her collar is undone, and one of the clasps is on the verge of falling off. Sensing your presence, Idira turns her head towards you and offers you a crooked smile, even as her eyes look right through you. I would like to hear your augury, Idira. What awaits me in the future?
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Idira laughs, rubs her hands together, and suddenly freezes with a vacant smile on her face. Her head slightly tilted. You feel goosebumps appear on your skin, and your collar begins to waver ever so slightly, as if moved by a breeze from a half-open door.
Sit not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained.
Fatal says, watch Tam and Idira very closely. Fatal, you think I'm gonna run off to chaos with Idira, go heretic and run away with her, off into the chaos sunset of the warp. Aiden, some sister are orphans, others come from scholar programs, a school that trains commissioners, sisters, and Tempest scions. So this is very profound. One thing is clear: when this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained. I think this really is just hinting at how influential our role is of Rogue Traders. So whether we decide to do good or bad, it will affect a lot of people in the universe.
Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, Rogue Trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks and the scent of oil confound his nose. A chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his mistress, or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord? The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it?
So a naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. I feel like that's like a warning that someone's gonna betray us that we thought was our companion.
I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in somehow, but for now...
I'm gonna try to get the dirt on her and Argenta. Things are strained between you and Argenta, isn't that right?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
What do you think of that, Fatal? I imagine that you are yelling, heretic! What is it like being a psyker?
Lord Captain, forgive me, but it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you. Every psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
So I imagine like when they completely fall to chaos and the veil becomes thin, the door is just blown open.
Sure thing.
Oh, you found your Let Roke. What do you think? Do you think that's gonna be who you romance? I love that we're playing Rogue Trader together, Rogue. Did you know Theodora von Valancius well?
None of the officers knew the Lord Captain well, not even Abelard, and she was always closer to him than anyone else. She told me from the off if I ever listened to anything in the warp about her without her permission, I'd be going out through the airlock. I'm not an idiot, so I never stuck my nose where it didn't belong. Only when I was asked.
So I feel like that's kind of silly she didn't want her to listen in on her, because that's probably why she didn't sense that she was going to get assassinated.
It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that she's gone. Lady von Valancius gave me everything I have. She opened the stars to me and the paths between them. I still think I can hear her voice. Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
You said I don't know yet. She's just shooting stuff on Janice. Sounds like you're let. Yeah, she kind of... You get to talk to her more as you go forward. She does have quite the aim. She is very talented. Alright, so we did the sister's personal request. So there's looking for trouble, the prison plantnoid, and the Rakheid system. Or we have Aaron's new blood, machine spirit keeper, and the guide. So let's see. I guess the first thing we want to do is looking for trouble. The prison plantnoid and the Rakheid system may have caught the interrogator's attention. Your main is a sniper rogue. If you have just arrived on Janice, Aiden says, and yep, that's her. She has quite the aim. She's also very good with words, Aiden. She is a sweet talker. All right, I'm gonna take a quick stretching break and I will be right back. All right, we are back. Rook said, like an idiot, I did Crime Lord worthless, in my opinion. That's what I did on my first one, too. And then I was, like, the complete opposite of a Crime Lord with my playthrough, so... Okay, so... Let's see what we got next. Aiden says, Crime Lord can work just as well. Yes, can do better with builds, but it's purely preference. So it seems like we need to go to this prison plantnoid. It doesn't look like there's anything else we can really do right now. So let's go and get things a-moving. Oh, wrong way. What would you guys want your background to be in real life if you were in this universe? I think I would for sure want to be noble. Because who does not want to be rich and have power without having to bust your butt every day for it? But I guess it doesn't give you very good perspective, like how Cassia is kind of sheltered because of her nobility. Lord Captain, Astropathic Choir Master Zachary Wees is asking to speak to you via a private channel. Ooh, look at this guy. Is he one of the, is he a psyker, or is he, like, one of those tech priests? Greetings, your ladyship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Immaterium in the hope of picking up voices from the dynasty's ships or worlds. Rook's a psyker. Yeah, he looks like he's psyching out. However, we have heard something horrifying instead. Amid the Immaterium's tumult, something is screaming. This scream is driving your choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the dynasty's worlds. It is coming from the Rykad System's astropathic station. I do not think we have been introduced, sir. I would remember your face. Indeed not, and we meet under lamentable circumstances. My name is Zachary Weiss, and I am proud to be the choir master of your ship's astropathic choir. The duty I perform is to keep you in contact with the Expanse via astropathic messages sent through the warp by trained psychers. What is the nature of this scream? We do not know, your ladyship. It has brought the Immaterium to a boil. It has always been a violent, roaring ocean that could spell doom to any who would consider stepping into its waters. Now, however, it has become a cradle of madness where expelled images fuse together, twisting and crackling, before crashing into the minds of all who perceive it. A mighty warp storm, the likes of which I cannot recall, rages in the Imperium, and it fills me with terror. We're gonna pay a visit to the station. This sounds like something we want to check out. So the scream, a psychic scream, is coming from Astropathic Station VX2. Is that this one? Let's see. The guide. We've got New Blood, Machine Spirit Keeper. And then is this the station here? That's the prison. Is this the station? I'm thinking this has to be the station, right? Lord Captain reporting, the heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Iraq 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilite House requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmissions. Let's, scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear static and Vigdis' measured voice. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressured. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigator's heralds ignoring us? Let's try to negotiate personally, use some of our officer charisma. The Vox relays the candid sound of grinding gears and clicking tumblers. I am sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. I guess let's just dock. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you'll have to look for the esteemed navigator's blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. We are going in. That piqued our curiosity too much. Oh, this doesn't look good. A barricade, a dead body, multiple dead bodies.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you
Hey,
whom I swore to serve
Depeche,
within these
welcome
walls.
in. Thanks for being here.
My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
How are you doing, Depeche? How is your day going? Or night, or whatever. Is it morning for you? Good morning. The Navis Nobilate station is not responding to any signals. So let's see, what are we walking into here? Immortal Emperor, deliver your servants from imperil. Prayers will not help you, servant of the damned. So I'm guessing this person's a psyker. In the name of House Arcelio, I command you to execute the infidels. Ooh. The noise they made as they fell. Not a step further. Master, we have some strange guests on station. What a sight to walk into. A firing squad? Felique Arcelio. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his wary face. And not just his own blood. 2 jet black unblinking eyes are watching your every move. And the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Oh, so he's a navigator. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. An alternate dimension of pure energy and madness, existing as a mirror to real space, also known as the Immaterium. The Imperium, the Ether, the Sea of Souls, or warp space. I'm going to answer in High Gothic. I am Rogue Trader Tam von Valanches, and I am no enemy of the Navis Nobilate. Felique Arcelio. The system has been under the protection of the Winterscale dynasty for many years. Admittedly, I did not expect to meet another rogue trader in my lifetime, let alone one of noble blood. So decision consequence, since we have noble blood that runs in our veins, he is perceptive to us. And since fate has brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felique Christophe August, keeper of the station. So you did not come to offer support to the traitors. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Yurok 5 is a holy sanctum for House Arcelio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say it, you are not on the guest list. I'm gonna say, provide me with a navigator and I will immediately depart the station because we need a navigator to be able to go anywhere. I did not think this is possible. Yurok 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts and do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of the warp storms. And besides, Felix gestures at the disorder around him. You have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. What is happening on the station? Where did all these corpses come from? Betrayal, a most banal thing in the life of the noble elite, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Arcelio, the second keeper of Yorick 5 and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. Felix falls silent for a few moments, then furiously slams the end of his staff onto the floor. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs while we are idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. We could just attack them, just end it here and now. Just, I don't like your tone. Goodbye. I'm gonna say, what kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet Felix takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood, and winces in pain. And yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness, but you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you'll need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Arcelia herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part and the other was lost during the mutiny, but even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. Why should I help you? You came to the station for a reason. House Arcelia will not be able to help you until the current crisis is resolved, but if you aid us now, I promise we will reach an agreement that you will find satisfying. Be it riches, influence, or the power of our navigators. I have phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly perform the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in this time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us. The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. Alright, the woes of your house upset the balance of power in this part of the galaxy. I will help you, if not for the sake of profit, but for the good of the Imperium. Felix nods curtly. You should hurry then. We will stay here to hold the line and lick our wounds. Good luck, Rogue Trader. May Emperor's light be with you. We got a phylactery of blood. A sealed vial engraved with the initials CTEO. All right, guys. Well, I think this is a good stopping point for tonight. I want to thank Fatal for the gifted sub. Thank you so much. That was so generous of you. I appreciate this community. I've been having so much fun hanging out with you guys and playing games. I'll be updating my schedule on the Discord. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. You guys mean so much to me. I'm grateful for ya, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. And if you don't mind, we'll stick around for a little raid to show another streamer some love. Thank you, Aiden. I hope you have a great night as well. So let's see who is on to do a raid. So it looks like Lady Bartimus is on, so I'm going to give her a raid. So, all right, GG's everybody. Thanks for diving into this Rogue Trader adventure with me, and we're going to go show Lady Bartimus some love. Thank you so much.